everybody. I'm going to call this regular Commissioners Court meeting to order. It is 9 a.m. on September the 22nd. At this time, I'll call on Pastor Broom to come forward and give us an invocation, please.
Thank you, Yolanda. Dear Commissioners, I want to take the opportunity to remind all of us that a lot has happened since our last Commissioners Court meeting. And so it says in the prophet Amos, chapter 5, verse 24, "But let justice run down like water and righteousness like a mighty stream." So Lord, we come before you this morning and we acknowledge that all justice and righteousness must come from you. But we ask that you continue to provide the knowledge and wisdom to those that are the elected officials in our community. We pray for your spirit to be poured out on the Commissioners Court to make wise choices. We pray for protection of all the law enforcement officers, EMS, fire, all those first responders that are the first line of defense. We raise up before you right now our earnest request for rain. We need about 6 inches without damaging winds or hail. And we know that your hand can graciously grant us that request. And all this we ask in Jesus' mighty name. Amen.
Amen. You'll join us in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, again, good morning, everyone. Welcome, and we are actually going to skip from the first 3 through 8. We actually have those got posted at 10 a.m. For a hearing, and so we're going to hold those till towards the end of the meeting dealing with the Legacy Hills PID. So with that, we're going to move to item number 9, discuss and take possible action on the designation of the CyrusOne Reinvestment Zone 1. And Adam, if you want to come forward and just kind of brief the court. This is Adam with Sheets and Crossfield. Adam is our attorney for the county, so I'll just let you kind of give a little brief on it.
Sure. Good morning. Thank you very much. Don't really have any prepared statements other than to say this is the Chapter 312 agreement that we have discussed previously with CyrusOne. This is for the creation of the data center off of Highway 290. And basically this is kind of like the first major step in being able to execute that agreement. We have to designate the real property as a reinvestment zone. And so this is the official action in making that step happen. And then 30 days from now, later in the first meeting in November, we will take a look at the agreement that has been negotiated between the county and the landowner. So this is just kind of a formality in allowing that next step to take place with the appropriate notice provisions being adhered to. Are there any specific questions regarding the process, timeline?
Yeah, so we'll be taking this item up, and then the next agenda item is actually the public hearing about the Chapter 312.
Correct. So that's just so that we can give at least 30 days advance notice of the meeting in which the agreement itself will be approved. This is more just allowing it to take place by telling the public, hey, the property located here will be designated as a reinvestment zone.
I got one question on that. I feel it's important that we address some of the agreement in this, because we got the public here. They don't have no idea what they're putting in. Everybody thinks they're just taking out, which is by far not what happened.
Right, and we want it in the next in that public hearing, we'll be able to do that in 10.
Okay, we'll be able to do all that in the public hearing.
That is correct. And a copy of that agreement is made available so that everyone can take a look at it.
Available.
That is correct.
Yeah, we need that so that people can hear what is going into this agreement.
The terms, absolutely. I completely agree.
For all concerned, it's probably the best one we've ever seen so far.
Okay. So with that, any questions? If not, I'd entertain a motion for the reinvestment zone.
I make a motion that we designate the CyrusOne Regional Investment Zone in precinct 2.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Motion by Commissioner Sitter, second by Commissioner Castroville to designate the CyrusOne Reinvestment Zone 1. Any other discussion? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. All right, I'll just let you hang right there. So item number 10, public hearing. This is regarding the adoption of possible Chapter 312 tax abatement agreement with CyrusOne LP on the regularly scheduled Commissioners Court meeting November 3rd, 2025. And again, we have Adam here, and this is our official public hearing to get this on. So Adam, I'll let you kind of recap that for you.
Correct. So this would be the item that I would say is a little bit more applicable to address any questions. This is just giving the public notice with a copy of the agreement itself so they can go through and see, okay, like you just mentioned, Commissioner, what exactly is the county receiving, not just giving away. So a copy of that agreement has been included in the agenda for everyone to view. It's all, public at this point. So we are just merely giving the public 30 days, more than 30 days notice required by the Texas Tax Code to approve the agreement at the November 3rd meeting.
Excellent. With that in mind, again, this is a public hearing, so I'm going to open the public hearing. It is 9:07 a.m. And at this time, is there anybody from the public who would like to speak to this item? Y'all are more than welcome to come forward if you would like to make any comments on it. Yes, ma'am.
Do you have to fill out the paperwork?
No, ma'am. You can just come on forward and state your name.
I'm just wondering, where do I find that information?
It's posted on the Commissioners Court, the agendas on our website. You can go down and download the whole agenda packet, and it's in here.
And what would the title of that packet be?
It's this Commissioner's Court agenda for this meeting.
Yes.
The actual agenda, if you go to Commissioner's Court and then the agendas, you click on the agendas, and then everything that's in this packet, including this agreement, are in that packet.
It's item number 10.
Yes.
Packet.
I got this in the newspaper, and that's all I've heard.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
I wasn't sure where to get it from.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
That's it.
We're making this available. Is there any way we can hit some of the highlights while we have the...
Absolutely.
here?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you want to hit?
Sure.
Yes, ma'am.
In this packet, it will have such information as how many jobs you project to have, how much taxes you project to ask us to give you to abate. It will have that.
Yes, ma'am. If you're looking for a raw total, the answer will be no. If you're looking for a percentage, the answer will be yes.
So,
But
Mayor,
yes, ma'am.
we could hit the highlights of what the agreement is for you. So the agreement is it's an 80% abatement of taxes on only the maintenance and operation part of the tax. So the road and bridge fee does not get any abatement, nor does the interest in sinking. The last time we did one, it was roughly equates to about 54%. If you really took and you spread it out over all of those, what that tax rate is. But it's 80% of M&O only. In addition to that, in the agreement, which comes back to the county, is a $5 million, which, if I recall right, is close to about half of that abatement, if I remember right. I'd have to go back and look at that. That'll be used to do road maintenance on there. So those are the highlights of it. It's 80% of only the M&O, does not include road and bridge, and does not include interest in seeking the debt portion of the tax rate. And Medina County is receiving $5 million, and I think it was before the end of the year, if I remember right. Is it December 31st? Before December 31st of this year, that CyrusOne will write a check to Medina County for $5 million.
And I believe your first question was how many jobs, and I think the answer is 40. with a salary of 120% of the average pay in Medina County.
Is this only during construction or upon operation?
Those are the operational jobs.
Those are operational, what, 40?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
And we would also like to know how much taxes how many Microsoft places do we have here?
Sure. So I would just make sure that we differentiate between Microsoft, which is a separate entity, and this one, which is CyrusOne. I believe that there are 2 existing Microsoft sites, one actually next door to this one, another one in a different location in town. But this would be CyrusOne's first location in Medina County.
Does it plan more?
Within the footprint of the real property that we're talking about, yes, ma'am, absolutely. What we're talking about right now contemplates a minimum of essentially 2 buildings, but the possibility for more, which is why it's difficult to say. I can't give you a raw number on the amount of abated taxes, because it truly depends on how much more do they build outside of this first phase.
And this is how many acres?
244.
And have you had to do an environmental impact study for dust, noise, traffic, whatever?
So the agreement does contemplate a construction management agreement, which does incorporate those concepts that you're just talking about. Yes, ma'am.
Is this in league with Texas Environmental Commission?
I'm not sure I understand the question, but I'm happy to make sure that it's addressed. What do you mean by that?
Texas Environmental Commission has a set of standards.
TCEQ, I believe that the answer is going to be, it's going to adhere to all of the environmental requirements and regulations in place. We don't have any ability to waive those on behalf of TCEQ, so I would guess the answer would be yes.
And so, I will want to know at some point in time, now if possible, how our commissioners feel about this. Do you think this is worth $5 million, this tax abatement? I'm not talking about what you're getting back in jobs and taxes. I'm talking about impacts to the county of Medina. Do you feel it's worth $5 million? Think about that, can I ask? So, how many such places do we have in this county right now? Both in progress in building and operational.
So there are 8 total, 8 of them. Microsoft that you mentioned, the very first one, which has 1 building just inside the county line, was the original. It's partly sitting in Bexar County and partly sitting in Medina. Then the one came at 471 in Petranco, which is the one that's well underway. Then additionally, Microsoft sites, you have the one they're working on now north of Petranco Road off of County Road, stretches between 381 and 471. I'm trying to count as I go. If somebody's counting, I'm sure, as we go. Then on US 90, Microsoft has a site there. Additionally, the CyrusOne site is there. There's also a tract site in that same location. So that's 6. There's another property owned. I don't know what they're going to do with it. We can only assume that's their plan. Microsoft has another one on 1343. And then the Rowan project that just got underway on 132 between Natalia and Lytle, that they're moving dirt on that property. So I do believe that was 8 I just named out. Was it 8? I got them all. So 8 of them is the total.
Are these 8 properties also asking for tax abatements?
So first of all, some of them, like, they're just in progress. The one at 471 and Petranco, the very first one I told you with 1 building in ours and over in Bear County does not have a tax abatement on that building. That was a Bear County project, partially in Medina. 471 and Petranco does have an agreement on it, a chapter 381 actually on that one. And then the Rowan site has a chapter 312 on it. And then we're talking about this one. Those are the only ones that have agreements at this point.
Are they, did they have hearings on those abatement agreements?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, there's a very much a process has to be followed to do it.
Did they also give to the county sums of money to get that abatement?
No.
No.
No, no, they did not.
And was there a reason you gave them the abatement on having no sort of compensation for it?
Well, I would say that in this particular case, where we have our 3 properties right next to each other, with a road that needs a lot of maintenance that is going to have to take place for these property owners to effectuate what they want to happen. What I mean by that is when they want to build the data centers, they're going to have to get their materials from one place and use this road so to actually get to their property and build the data centers that they want to build. So you can easily see how this benefits them just to have that road improved just as much as going to a different site and not having to give the money up front.
So back to the overall of this is that we could do these, they can build these with or without an abatement, right? We know that. That can be done. Especially in the last one that we worked through on Rowan, which is the first one that I have been involved in. Our intention and the reason that we chose to do an abatement was to get the very best that we could for the neighbors around those properties and how they are being treated through this process of construction. When construction's over, it's really not a lot going on. It's during construction that it is a lot of activity. I mean, these sites can have 1,000, 1,500 people a day on a site building these. So through some, of the things that we didn't like the way we're done on some of the projects is that we felt like we wanted a seat at this table to take the best care we could with our neighbors. So inside of these agreements, whether it's roads that we're trying to address, our construction, which is if there's a problem with a neighbor, what it gives us an avenue through the court to be able to be involved in that, up to and including that they could lose their rebate, their incentive for not taking care of the public. And so we could do them without, but what is it worth that, these could happen anywhere. We do live in a property rights state. And just like we all have the right, if we own our property, so do they if they own the property. So how do we step in and do the very best we can? And the only way you do that is with tools, right? So a Chapter 312 is a tool to be able to get something better for the public. That's what we're working to do. We're neighbors also. This could be across the fence from my family's property, right? It could be anywhere. So you can't tell them they can't be there. We don't control the water. We don't control the power. If the water people tell them there's water and the power people tell them there's power and they own the property, they're allowed to build there just like you can build on your property. So this is an attempt for us through the tools we have available to do the very best process that we can for the neighbors that live in that area. We understand they don't want it there, right? They don't want it there. I get it. Some of this is multi-generational property that we're talking about. So, but that's what the intention from our side is to be at the table and to get something. And what is that worth in value, to take care of those people. And so this one, to Commissioner Sitter made the comment a while ago, we feel like we have done the very best we can, got all the money that we can, incentivized the very least, and still kept us a seat at the table to try to take care of the neighbors that are in the area of these.
Is there some reason that these types of enterprises do not seek other sites that are, say for instance, up in the hills, instead of the prime land that we treasure?
I would say that there are likely building constraints. There are reasons why they choose the property that they do, available utility. We're talking Medina versus other counties in the United States, or this specific tract versus another one in
Medina County, the hill country in Medina County, as opposed to along Highway 90 and prime, beautiful land.
I can't speak as to why CyrusOne chose this particular tract versus another. My guess would likely be for all of them. Yes, sir. Probably financial reasons, right? It was probably an easier build. It was probably, it checked a lot of boxes with access to major roads, which makes easier construction. Like we mentioned earlier, available utilities. So that would probably be my guess, is financial in some way or another.
How much water would they use?
I do not know the answer to that off the top of my head.
Do you have permits for the water you need?
I just so we're very clear, I represent the county in this aspect, not CyrusOne, but they will have to acquire the requisite permitting to do whatever they need to do. There's no bending of the rules.
I want to point out that this notice in the paper, having no information, the print on it is very tiny and very blurry, despite the fact you have about 2/3 of a page to put it on. It's very, very tiny. It gives no information to the reading public about anything, not even what's going to be there. I don't feel that this public notice fulfilled the requirements of giving notice to the public.
So this notice is not about the agreement itself. I think that's an important distinction. It's not about the agreement. It's about where is the property located and what's happening.
Well, it barely did where's the property located. We had to use a magnifying glass comparing it to an actual map to figure out where it is. And it did not fulfill the requirement at all of what is happening. So I feel that this requirement of public notice has not even been met.
That is a separate notice, just so we're very clear. The agreement itself and what is happening, not where it's happening, is separate and is still taking place. That's what's happening in November.
So what is this a notice of?
That is supposed to tell the public that a reinvestment zone is being designated at a particular place.
Of what? We did not know of what?
A reinvestment zone.
I fail to see your logic. I'm sorry.
Yes, ma'am.
But I had to come here to be sure of what it was all about. That's not very good.
The agreement, again, the
I
agreement
know.
is in the packet. So that is available. The actual agreement that we're setting the date of November the 3rd for is in the packet, that all the things we're talking about is in that packet.
The public could have been very easily informed with just a little bit of information on this.
There are two different items. They are two separate items. Again, that's the reinvestment zone notice of an area, and then you have the agreement, which we're still over a month away from, which is in the packet, that is what the hearing is about.
Just the where, not the what.
So the public is not even needed here.
Yes, ma'am, that's why you're here. We have the agreement, and that's why we're disclosing what's in the agreement at this time.
Well, I can't see that we're making any progress on that information, but I feel that we were being a little manipulative with the lack of information, just basic information on this. Thank you very much for your time.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm gonna bounce off of her. The only reason that I'm here is because my house is one of those two little squares. I've been there 38 years. Knew nothing of it until this came up. And then you talk about taking care of neighbors. How are they going to be taking care of the 2.5, 3 people in that little 2 lines at the bottom here that I had to get a magnifying glass for? How are they going to be taking care of them? And why didn't they just take the whole swamp instead of leaving this block here? Because there is an easement between my house and my neighbors that goes back to that property. And that would be horrendous for us if that is a maintenance road to deliver the equipment and the materials to the site. I've seen what's gone on at the Microsoft place and the road that they've made, and I'm hearing it. So why didn't they just make it a clean sweep, and then that way they have nobody like me to stand in the way. I'm not standing in the way, but, making my life miserable in the next, I don't know however long it is.
I'm not sure why CyrusOne chose that particular location in the manner in which they did. I can't speak to that aspect. What I would direct you to, though, I believe it's Exhibit J, which is the construction management agreement between CyrusOne and the county. That's going to give you the most information as to, I think, answering what you want to know. How are they going to take care of you? I believe that's going to be where you want to look, is Exhibit J, the construction management agreement. And there are additional outside of the construction management agreement. I believe it's the exhibit right before that, which has a community outreach requirement as well, where they do have to meet with the county, with the public, and discuss what's happening. So it's not a one-sided conversation, it's a back and forth, and they do have to participate with members of the public in discussing how are they going to be good neighbors.
Is there anybody I can talk to that would say, come and offer us, we can get out of there, and they would have a more solid highway 90.
So we do, so Jeff, and I'm sorry, everybody's been talking, but Jeff Doral is with CyrusOne. Jeff is here. And he would be that person.
Okay?
You might have to check with him.
I'll talk to you after this, we'll definitely
Sure.
have to
That's
do that, so,
fine.
thank you.
Excellent.
Any other questions about the difference between the designation of a reinvestment zone versus approval of an abatement agreement itself? Because I think that's kind of the major distinction between what's happening today and what's going to happen in the future if, everything were to be executed.
Anybody else from the public? Any other comments here in the public hearing? Nope. Okay, hearing none, I will close the public hearing at 9:29 a.m. And if anybody has any issues getting to the agreement or would like us to send a copy of them, you could certainly contact my office, and Jennifer, we can send you an email if you, but again, it is on the website. Go to the Commissioners Court area. Here we go, Jennifer. So Commissioners Court agenda is on the website.
You go, yes.
And then
Click on that.
today's meeting date. And then at the top, you're going to download the PDF packet, and that opens up everything that's in this packet today, which I think is about 400 and something pages, if I remember right, about 430 pages today. And in there, under item number 10, which I happen to have, is on page 205 of this packet. So there's the agreement that you can find starting there on page 205. All right. Okay, with that, then we will move to agenda item number 11, discuss and take possible action to approve the September 8, 2025 Commissioner Court meeting minutes. Oh, yeah, we don't have to. Yeah, I closed it at 9:29. Okay, Commissioners Court meeting minutes, September 8th, you have them with you. If there's any corrections or additions to them, if not, I would entertain a motion to approve them.
I'll make a motion to approve the September 8th, 2025 Commissioners Court meeting minutes. Second.
I have a motion by Commissioner Lynch and a second by Commissioner Lawler to approve the September 8th Commissioner Court meetings. Any other discussion? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Item 12, discuss and take possible action to approve personnel action forms.
Good morning,
Morning.
Judge and
How are you
Commissioners.
doing?
well. We have a few personal action forms. The first one we have is for Cassie Betcher, and that one is under Department Head Mandy Wilcox, and that is an increase with an approved slot. Next one is also under Department Head Mandy Wilcox. Her name is Monica Godinez, and that is a transfer. Next PF we have is for Keith Lutz, under Keith Lutz, County Administration. And that is for the change in pay schedule, and the remarks down there are increased to judicial state salary supplement. Next, we have a PF for employee named David Mark Cashin, and he is department head for David Mark Cashin, the CCL Judge Juvenile Board. And that one is also a change in pay schedule, again, increased to judicial state salary supplement. Next PF we have is on Maria Alanis, and that is a change in pay schedule. And just like last Commissioner's Court, I have them add the remarks. It says SB 22 decrease to show what is actually being changed. Next we have PF for Jeffrey Dials under Department Head Mark Habe, and that one is also a change in pay schedule. Next would be Deborah Langford under Department Head Mark Habe, and that one is also a change in pay schedule. Next is Barry Parker under Department Head Mark Habe, that is change in pay schedule. Next one is for Daphne Praviti under Department Head Mark Habe, that one is also a change in pay schedule. Next employee name we have is Julie Solis under Department Head Mark Habe. That one is a change in pay schedule as well. Next one is for Margaret Swires under Department Head Mark Habe, a change in pay schedule as well. And then we have Paul Telemontes under Department Head Mark Habe, and that one is a change in pay schedule. Next one under Mark Habe as well is Gilbert Valdez. And that one is a change in pay schedule as well. Finally, we have a PAF for employee named Lauren Warner under Department Head Doug Self, and that is a new hire. And then the last PAF we have is on Octavia Rankin under Department Head Carly Cannell, and that one is also a new hire.
I'll make a motion that we approve the personnel action forms.
Have a motion by Commissioner Lynch, second by Commissioner Sitter to approve the personnel action forms. Any other discussion? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Item 13, discuss and take possible action to approve the 2026 Texas Association of Counties Health and Employee Benefits Pool Plan Year 2026 renewals.
All right. Commissioners, I have been informed that with our budget that was adopted last Commissioners Court, we do meet the requirements for medical, meaning we budgeted just enough for medical for no pay increase. So this renewal is just to say that we accept it, this is how much it's going to be, and we do fall in that budget. Now, I did confer with Judge Lutz about it, background being in strictly benefits at first, is we are looking at an increase, but we'll approach that next year. But for this year, we are good. No increase to premiums for all the employees, and that is for the renewal for the medical. Next, what we have is we have two more we're going to discuss. We have one on vision and then one on the flexible spending accounts. This is for the flexible spending account before we jump into vision. The flexible spending account is where an employee or yourselves would set aside pre-tax dollars into an account where you would save money on taxes at the end of the year. For example, if your annual salary is at $50,000, you put $2,000 into FSA, now your annual salary is going to look at $48,000, so you're not being taxed. We have about 96 employees that contribute to the flexible spending account currently. So all of them are getting tax breaks. I'm not too sure if under y'all are. They receive a debit card where they can go to medical offices to pick up prescriptions, and they just swipe. That's coming out of their account. Currently, we are with 90 degrees benefits. When discussing with TAC, going out for rates, seeing who else is out there, TAC actually offered something through WEX. WEX is the corporation they go through, and with WEX, the amount per employee would be $3.90 to take over the program. Right now, under 90 degrees benefits, it is $6 per employee. Same benefits, same everything. Currently, we are paying 90 degrees benefits $576 to oversee our program for FSA. Switching to WEX will actually save the county money, and it will drop to $374.40. So not much in savings, but still savings about $201.40, give or take. So that is also my recommendation, because it is the exact same. We're going to be saving, and it's all for the employees as well as y'all, if y'all do want to contribute to it. Any questions about medical or FSA?
I got one on the insurance policy itself. What is the county today paying per employee? What do we figure that out? We used to use 10,000.
Well, we were actually at 9,500, and this year we're 10,000. We were doing 9,500 in there, and we put 10,000 this year.
To cover it. So it's roughly around 10,000.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. Right now, I think it's an amazing plan. When Judge says that our benefits are top notch, the medical plan is amazing. Right now, as an employee only, Medina County pays about 92 to 93% of the total cost for that employee's medical plan. It's unheard of. I think employee and spouse is right at 89%, and then it starts going a little down. You get to employing children, employing family. But in increasing it next year, by a small amount, it will, when I ran the numbers this year, it takes a nice chunk off. I think it'll definitely be beneficial for next year, to help the county with money-wise. With the budget always going up, kind of balance it. There are some ideas next year that I want to approach the court, because as our medical will continue to go up, I have it planned where our other benefits will go down. So with it off balance, not across the board, but there will be some play where the employee, instead of $25 out of their pocket biweekly, they might be $17 out of their pocket biweekly. Any other questions about FSA or the medical? All right. Next is vision, our vision benefit. So currently, we are under UHC for our vision plan. And so getting to meet everyone around the county, poking my face here and there, all the employees that I've heard, they don't really prefer our vision plan or dental plan. So I said, well, let me see how everything turns out, and I will approach it when the time comes, but I'd hate to jump in and change it just based off complaints. So after meeting with TAC, I did ask them about their vision plan. They gave me what they actually have under TAC, which is Blue Cross Blue Shield. And it caught my eye because, as you can see, the old vision plan versus the new one that I'm requesting that we do switch over, it's night and day, benefit-wise, for the employee. Now, will there be an increase? Because we care about our employees. I'm for all of the employees. There will be a small increase. However, the benefits that we will get, the benefit that employee will get utilizing Blue Cross Blue Shield, the new vision plan, will be far greater than the premium increase per tier there at the bottom. So if you, right now, I believe, speaking to 5 or 6 employees, they're out of pocket for vision glasses are about $200 to $300. Well, we could bring that down to about $180. But that's because our frame benefit allowance are going up, the contact allowance is going up, as well as it is through IMED, so everyone acknowledges IMED's additional percentages off, which I think is great at a 20% flat. Anything over your benefit you exceed, you'll still receive 20% off that total bill. To whereas today, you don't receive anything. That's why it says only participating providers. I know the way these providers work, and they can say no, and most of them do. Also, with the contact lens jump, I think it's great. Overall, if an employee and family sign up for it, the new plan, that's $64.68 out of their pocket annually. Well, if an employee and family signs up for it, you have to think you have the employee, you have the spouse, and you have the children. All it takes is one person, which I would like to say, let's look at the employee, utilize the vision benefit. So they're already minus 64. That's how I look at it. So then they get a benefit of an extra $50 towards frames. So now they're at minus 14. They don't have to pay that eye exam copayment. Okay, that is covered in full. Now the way I see it, they're at minus $4. And then whatever benefit they choose, they're already deposited in savings. And that's just one person. You still have the spouse, you still have the children. So this is my suggestion, of course, but does anyone have any questions about the old versus new? Again, this is just merely facts of savings. This portion actually does not come out of the county hands. It is all employee sponsored, but the benefit is far greater to what we have now for more benefit.
And for those county employees that have the vision with UH.
Correct. Our current one is UHC.
And they change over to the Blue Cross Blue Shield, is there going to be a re-signing up for that, paperwork with HR to facilitate that, or they'll just?
Depends what's decided today. I'm going to get with TAC to see if we can roll everyone over that is currently on UHC, and then I will launch a just general notice. If we can't roll everyone over, then I will push it hard during open enrollment. If you currently have vision, it's strongly recommended that you do sign up again. But my thought process and this whole ordeal would be a rollover. You have UHC, let's go ahead and roll it over. So now we have BCBS for vision. Any other questions about the vision benefit?
This may be a question you can't answer, but one of the local providers, optometrists and ophthalmologists, do you know which ones take UHC versus Blue Cross Blue Shield?
Right. I believe there might be 2 or 3 in Hondo for vision providers, that sell frames as well. I believe those are on the same network as BCBS under IMED. Now the big one here in town is going to be Walmart. And that is a big thing, considering, switching or choosing benefits to bring to you all to decide is what's going to be best for the employee. And honestly, and I just had this conversation this morning, was for vision and dental, your choosings are slim. You know, if someone's going to want, well, I want a good selection of frames, or I want a good pool of dentists. Well, it's tough because you're going to have to go to a bigger city. You know, I know it spreads out more in Castroville. We even have some in Uvalde. But then overall, if you want to flood the market with either vision or dental, it's going to be San Antonio. But that is my main concern too, about providers in the area. So yes, those same 2 or 3 that are here in Hondo are still in the network.
Okay.
Any other questions?
Does approving this agenda item cover all of the things that you've presented to us?
Yes, sir. It is the renewal, the switch from 90 degrees benefits to WEX for FSA, and then the switch from UHC to Blue Cross Blue Shield for vision.
I'll make a motion we approve the 2026 TAC Health and Employee Benefit Program 2026 renewal.
Second.
Have a motion by Commissioner Waller, second by Commissioner Lynch to approve the 2026 Texas Association of Counties Health and Employees Benefit Pool Plan Year 2026 renewal. Any other discussion? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Thank you. Thanks for your research on that.
Yes, sir. Nate?
Item 14, discuss and take possible action to acknowledge the order setting salaries for the county auditor, assistant county auditors, and official court reporter for fiscal year 25-26. This is a requirement that the judge put in orders setting those salaries. Those orders, what you see in there is exactly what was put into the budget. So there's not any changes from what we budgeted, but this is making those official and a requirement from his side.
That includes the COLA?
Correct. Yes, sir.
I'll make a motion to acknowledge the order setting salaries for the county auditor, assistant county auditors, and official court reporter for the 25-26 fiscal year.
Second.
Have a motion by Commissioner Castiglione, second by Commissioner Sitter, acknowledging the order setting salaries for the county auditor, assistant county auditors, and official court reporter for FY 25-26. Any other discussion? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Item 15, discuss and take possible action to approve line item transfers.
Good morning, Judge and Commissioners. We have 4 line item transfers today for emergency management, the extension service, DPS, and HR. All except for the extension service they're just moving money within their budget to clean up any negative line items. Extension service is planning to purchase 2 chairs for in their office, so that would make their line negative, so they're asking to move that over for those chairs.
Move that we approve the line item transfers.
Second.
Have a motion by Commissioner Lynch, second by Commissioner Lawler to approve the line item transfers. Any other discussion? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Item 16, County Auditor Monthly Report.
This monthly report is for the month of September 2025. On page 2, you'll see that our cash balance on hand is $25.63 million. This amount does not exclude any funds. It also includes tax revenue for July 2025 that has been reported, as well as interest for September 2025. On page 3, this will show you a breakdown of cash at the fund level. All funds are positive with the exception of the 13 fund for the tobacco settlement. There were some payments that went through that made that account negative for WIC reimbursements, so we're needing to do to move some money over from the general fund to fix that. And And then the main, the PDO 131 fund is showing a negative $874,799. We are waiting to receive the Q3 2025 reimbursement from TADC, as well as the county contributions for July and August 2025.
Excellent. And also, for the court, I know we've talked about it multiple times, but on the PDO, we did add in that $400,000 that everybody's going to share to add to that amount. So that did get approved. It's in all the new interlocal agreements. So that's part of the billing that's going out. So that's going to keep us, we're a little bit behind in that number, but that 400,000 is going to keep us really close to where we need to be once all of those pieces come in. So that's that money will be coming in soon.
On the last page, this will show our debt schedule. There have not been any changes since the prior month. In October, the report that will be presented next month will then also show the new TAN 2025. And this concludes our report. If anyone has any questions, I'd be happy to answer.
Any questions of the auditor?
Well, yeah, I do. On precinct 2, can I just go ahead and pay off those 2 notes I got? Or would that mess up any type of, just go and play them all out?
I was thinking the same thing, Mr. Sitter.
Just ahead of March 2026.
Mm-hmm.
I'll double check
Even
that.
though
and
one
find out.
doesn't mature next year early,
Both of them looks like.
no, the other one's a year after that.
Oh yeah, 27.
Mhm.
Yeah, one expires anyhow, well, one expires in March, so it'd probably be not worth the.
That'll be paid off.
Yeah.
So our payments in March for the 2026, and then the
Is it
other 3 from me and you and David, we got basically 2 more payments.
Just leave it alone.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just 2 more payments.
I'd like to pay mine off if that's a,
Okay. I don't see why not. I can't think of a reason why you couldn't.
Okay.
But if there's anything else, I'll get with you.
Well, if you're gonna pay his off, let's get mine paid off, get him off. Let's just get them off the book like that. You know what, little bit of interest it's bringing right now, it's just go ahead and pay them off.
Okay. And if there's anything that I'm not thinking of, I'll get with you too. Okay. Thank you.
Excellent. All right, item 17, discuss and take possible action to authorize the county treasurer and county auditor to transfer funds from the general fund to the employee trust account as needed up to the fiscal year 25-26 budget amount of $1.5 million for monthly premiums, dental claims, and miscellaneous wellness expenses. You just thought you were leaving, right?
Yes, I
You
am.
almost did.
Got a little ahead of myself. So this is something that we asked the court to allow us to transfer each year. We have increased the amount from last year. I believe it was $1,234,000 to $1.5 million. We're thinking that increasing each employee from $9,500 to $10,000 will help with this, and we may not need to use the entire amount. But it is something that's hard to estimate just with not knowing how much claims and premiums will be.
And this is something we do on an annual basis, but I
Yes.
just wanted Jennifer to give us an explanation of why we're doing it.
I move that we authorize the county treasurer and county auditor to transfer funds from the general fund to the employee trust account as needed up to the fiscal 25-26 budget amount of $1.5 million for monthly premiums, dental claims, and miscellaneous wellness expenses.
Second.
Have a motion by Commissioner Lynch, second by Commissioner Castiglione, as stated by Commissioner Lynch. Is there any other discussion? All in favor, aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Item 18, discuss and take possible action to approve accounts payable. Good morning.
Accounts payable total is $791,161.54. We have one wire of 400,000 and 2 add-ons totaling the 85,739.25 for a vehicle and then workman's comp.
I make the motion we approve accounts payable with the exception of the 097 fund on page 11,
Including the add-ons.
including the add-ons.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve the accounts payable. Motion was, and excluding excluding the 97 fund and including the add-ons. Motion made by Commissioner Lawler, seconded by Commissioner Lynch. Any other discussion? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Item 19, discuss and take action to approve disbursement of funds since the last Commissioners Court meeting.
Since last Commissioners Court, we paid utilities, fuel, and dental claims in the amount of $88,750.
I'll move we approve that disbursement of funds since the last Commissioners Court meeting.
Second.
Have a motion by Commissioner Lynch, second by Commissioner Lawler to approve the disbursement of funds since the last Commissioners Court meeting. Any other discussion? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Item 20, discuss and consider approval of a non-paid deputy constable, Kent Simpson, for Constable Precinct 2. Constable Chubesky, want to come forward, sir? Good morning to you.
Commissioners. So I would like the blessing to bring on Kent Simpson to ultimately be a replacement to one of my non-pays that I currently have. And I would like at least 6 months of training skill.
You said you have another one leaving, right?
That's the plan, yes.
I will make a motion to approve a non-paid deputy constable, Keaton Simpson, for Constable Precinct 2.
Second.
I have a motion by Commissioner Sitter, second by Commissioner Castelloni to approve the non-paid deputy constable Kenton Simpson for Constable Precinct 2. Any other discussion?
Can you teach him write tickets right off the bat?
He probably knows how. Any other
That's their
discussion?
job that they're required to do.
Okay, good.
Any other discussion? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
All opposed, same sign.
How many do you have?
Motion.
That would make 6 right now, but he'll ultimately replace one, I'd be back to 5.
If you want to see most of them on Tuesdays, we have court over on Tuesdays. He's been having 2 or 3 over there on every single court. The docket we have over there is unbelievable. Could be 100 some days.
Some days, the civil dockets are.
Civil docket.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That was
Appreciate it.
that was a long time of sitting and waiting, wasn't it? Just for
It's all worth it.
30 seconds.
Get to learn a little bit too while I'm here.
Right. But thank you. Great to see you.
Thank y'all.
Yes, sir. Item 21, discuss and take possible action to approve using criminal district attorney forfeiture funds to supplement criminal district attorney's office employee salaries. This is a one-time, it's $350, but we do have to approve the expenditure from the forfeiture fund. And when the DA settled up all of their SB 22 money for the entire fiscal year we're in, they had went over $350 in payments, so they need to pay $350. So that is using $350 of forfeiture to settle that up for the year.
I'll move that we approve the, using criminal district attorney forfeiture funds to supplement criminal district attorney's office employee salaries.
Second.
Have a motion by Commissioner Lynch, second by Commissioner Waller, approving using criminal district attorney forfeiture funds to supplement the criminal district attorney's office employee salaries. And it was the amount of $350. Any other discussion? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Item 22, discuss and take possible action to purchase 2 2026 Chevrolet 1500 Silverado 4x4 crew cabs, including emergency lighting, siren, and other accessories package for the Sheriff's Office, using the buy board contract number 724-23, using SB 22 funds. Total amount is $117,444, and those are SB 22 funds from the current fiscal year that we are in. Good morning.
So the judge stated it is for 2 vehicles utilized by the Sheriff's Office for a grand total of $117,844.
And that's fitted out.
Yes, sir.
I don't have it in front of me. I don't have it. I think it's 19. There's the cap fleet is that's your amount that you cost to outfit them. Yes.
It's the outfitting and equipment of a total of $10,672. A unit.
I'll make a motion to you purchase 2 Chevrolet 1500 Silverado 4x4 crew cabs, including the emergency lights, sirens, and accessories for the package of the Sheriff's Department using buy board under Senate Bill 22 funds.
Second.
I have a motion by Commissioner, as stated by Commissioner Sitter, seconded by Commissioner Lawler. Is there any other discussion?
It's a whole lot easier to spend SB 22 funds than ours.
Absolutely.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Item number 23, thank you, sir. Item number 23, I think you got some more coming up. Don't go too far. Discuss and take possible action to approve contract number C-02729 for the statewide automated Victims Notification Services, or SAVINS grant program for fiscal year 2026. This one is in the amount of $10,482.03, and there's a zero match on this one. Y'all have anything you'd like to add?
That's exactly what the amount, and there's no match. The only other part that I'm aware of is that there's a new vendor involved, Cyrus.
And I do think this grant went down from previous years. I think it was like 18,000, I believe Beverly told me.
It did.
I move that we approve contract number C-02729 for the statewide automated victim notification services grant program for the fiscal year 2026.
Second.
Have a motion by Commissioner Lynch, as stated by Commissioner Lynch, second by Commissioner Lawler. Is there any other discussion? Just, do we know why the amount did go down? Do we know what happened? Is it a statewide, or is it something we could just check on?
I can check on it. I don't know the reason.
She just told me that
Mhm.
this morning. I was asking her a question, she said that it went down, so I think that'd be good. I'd just like to see maybe a statewide issue.
Okay, I'll find out.
I'm wondering if the total overall grant went down statewide.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. It could be, but I'll have to find out. That's what I'm at. Okay, let's see, we voted, didn't we? Did we vote? We voted, didn't we? Did we vote? We did. Item number 24, discuss and take possible action to approve a demo unit loan agreement with ADF Solutions Incorporated for use by the Sheriff's Office Special Victims Unit.
So this is a loaner unit that we will be utilizing for, I believe 60 days, but if we need to extend it even further, they'll allow us to do it. So what this does is when an SVU unit arrives on scene, they're able to take a cell phone, laptop, iPad, plug it in. It'll download all the data that's on that device. It will tell the officer at that particular point if there is evidence on that phone. If it is, then we're taking the phone. If not, we're leaving the phone. Because a lot of times we'll take devices, and some of the devices that we take does not contain evidence, but it takes a while to get it all downloaded. So we'll know instantaneously if it is. So we're trying it out. There's no fee, there's no cost. We just got to do a contract. We've explained to them that it's possible we won't have any within that timeline. They informed us that they could extend the deadline even further as long as we communicate with them.
So there's no charge for it until y'all come back because you like it?
Yes.
So it's a 60-day
Yes.
There will be a charge.
minimum with the option to extend.
Extend further.
How much is that device once we like it?
Once we like
Just
it,
curious.
There's, I believe it's about $30,000, but there's also grant funding that we can apply for to reduce that.
Will we just need one of them? Or will
Yes,
we need
yes.
multiple?
One right now. One right now.
I move that we approve a demo unit loan agreement with ADF Solutions for use for the Sheriff's Department Special Victims Unit.
Second.
I have a motion as stated by Commissioner Lawler, seconded by Commissioner Lynch. Any other discussion? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Item number 25, discuss and take possible action to approve a one-year maintenance agreement with Menelix for hardware and software used at the Medina County Jail. This is booking, right?
Yes.
Book.
When someone comes to jail, they get booked, they get fingerprinted. This machine automatically runs the person, tells you have the right person, or if that person is wanted in some other state. I know we've gone an upgrade with the equipment that we lease from them, so we've got a brand new system, which would be the components. This is a yearly contract.
And then I saw it, did I read that right? It does like iris, like the iris recognition and all those
Yes.
in there as well?
It does that too. We're also looking into the possibility of remote fingerprinting, which is just about the size of your iPhone. You run fingerprint out in the field when someone refuses to give you a driver's license and or a fake name. You can run, it'll tie into it. spit out the data to you instantaneously.
Pretty impressive.
Good.
You can do. That feature's free also, right?
We hope. Part of the
I'll
contract.
be back on a future agenda. I was reading that.
Hold that thought.
So is this the first year for this mental X?
No,
Okay, this has been used for
It
several
continues,
years,
yes.
so it's a
Yearly
renewal?
renewal. yes, ma'am.
It is a renewal, but I think it is, we've upgraded the system though, so it is a renewal, but we also have a better system. So I think this was actually more, it was an increase in premium because of the other components.
Okay, I was just wondering what the original agreement was, and then the difference in price, and was there an increase in the same services we had last year, plus in addition to the new services that were being added, and what were those new services being?
I don't know that answer without going back and looking at that. I don't know if y'all know right offhand.
I don't.
Maggie, do you happen to know right
Well,
offhand?
you know,
Because Maggie did go through this agreement.
I
for
did
us.
review the agreement. The new agreement does call for replacement of, I believe, 2 different hardware pieces that go along with it, and an upgrade in the software. So there was an upgrade in the services that are being provided, and then, also the terms of the 2 agreements are largely the same, but there was an annual increase.
Yeah, I remember doing that.
I move that we approve a 1-year maintenance agreement with Menelex for hardware and software used by Medina County Jail.
Second.
Have a motion as stated by Commissioner Lawler, seconded by Commissioner Castiglione. Is there any other discussion? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Thank you, Chief.
Thank you.
Item 26, discuss and take possible action to accept the fiscal year 2026 body worn camera grant number 5162402 from the Office of the Governor for the Sheriff's Office. We were awarded this grant amount of total $11,595.83. $8,002.50 of that in the award, and there is a $3,593.33 match on this one.
I will make a motion that we accept the FY 2026 body worn camera grant from the Office of the Governor for the Sheriff's Office and pay the match fund.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion by Commissioner Sitter, seconded by Commissioner Lynch to accept the fiscal year 2026 body worn camera grant number 5162402 from the Office of the Governor for the Sheriff's Office. Any other discussion? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Item 27, discuss and take possible action to accept the fiscal year 2026 Rifle Resistant Body Armor Grant Program grant number 5081102 from the Office of the Governor for the Sheriff's Office. This one is a total of $12,775, and there is zero match.
I will make that motion.
Second.
I have a motion from Commissioner Sitter, seconded by Commissioner Lynch to accept the fiscal year 2026 Rifle Resistant Body Armor Grant Program grant number 5081102 from the Office of the Governor for the Sheriff's Office. Any other discussion? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Item number 28, discuss and take possible action, thank you all very much, to authorize the submission of the fiscal year 2025 State Homeland Security Program and Urban Area Security Initiative supporting border crisis response and enforcement projects grant for the public safety radio infrastructure upgrades. This is a grant that just came out. I did put this stuff in there for you. There's about 2.3 million or 2.6, I can't remember, total available. Actually, there's more than that, but they have something called UASIs, which are in the big cities, and part of that money goes to those. So available outside of that was somewhere in that 2.3, 2.6. I know it's in there, I just don't recall the number. I've been talking to our county counterparts in Bexar County that kind of help us through our radio infrastructure. And we think there's a good opportunity for Medina County to put in, to improve our radio infrastructure in our county. We currently use VHF, 5 sites of VHF simulcast, and then we're trying to improve the 700, 800 layer, which is a whole different, that's what City of San Antonio, their radio system uses. So we're trying to improve those things. We do not know how much, we don't know how much this grant is we're putting in. This is literally came up the middle of last week, where we took one run at it on upgrading our entire system, but what Motorola came back with was way more than the entire grant. I mean, it's just, so we're working our way through it, but we think we definitely have some opportunity here to either go towards a couple of 700, 800 sites for sure, which is part of our goal. So if we could step in and get some of this money, we've been working through the community funded grants to work on this, but we see this as another possibility which would kind of accelerate us along on this. And so this is all due back on October the 10th, is it?
October 10th.
October the 10th is the due date. So I wanted to get it to everybody just to get authorization for us to work on submitting a grant for this because we won't have the full court on the 3rd. And so I just wanted to put it in front of all of you and let you kind of know what we're working on. We're going to come up with some kind of a plan, but it needs to, fit into what money's available there. And I don't know that we want to ask for the entirety of that pool. So it may be that a couple of sites we might be able to get for $600,000 or $700,000. So we're working towards it. I was literally on the phone with them this morning before we walked in here. We just don't know exactly what that looks like, but definitely some kind of infrastructure upgrade to our radio system. That'll enhance.
Mainly on the 800 system.
Well, yeah, probably right now I'd say we're more likely to do the 7/8. So there's a plan already in place. So TxDOT locally, it's a small tower, which long-term need a taller tower. But at the new location on 173, they have a tower there that ties back into Gators, which is Austin and all of that. In addition to that, they're working through an agreement. They're going to put equipment on our MICO tower for a 700, 800 site. So another site, somewhere Devine, possibly, US 90, other side of the Hennis, like the rest area. We've also looked at some other possibilities of a site up north at the Big Cut at the old TxDOT, overlooked the rest area. The rest area that's not open anymore. So we're going to try to push for something there. It'd be a fantastic site because of the elevation and stuff that kind of sees all of Hondo all the way to the Hennis. So a lot of moving parts in it, and we're just trying to find a good program that could at least, if we could get, $600,000, $700,000, $800,000 or something, then it would be really good for us. And it is no match on this grant as well. It's a no match grant.
I like that.
So I would look for a motion to authorize us to do a submission once we figure it out.
I'll make a motion to authorize the submission of the fiscal year 2025 State Homeland Security Program and Urban Area Security Initiative supporting border crisis response and enforcement project grants for public safety radio infrastructure upgrades.
Sure.
Have a motion as stated by Commissioner Castiglione, seconded by Commissioner Sitter. Is there any other discussion? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Item number 29, discuss and take possible action to approve the Medina County 911 Emergency Communication District fiscal year 25-26 budget. Y'all have that in front of you. I did see Erin back there if anybody had any questions. I'm sure she can answer them all right there. Give it a try.
I can give it a try.
I think the only big jump was the admin assistant
Yes.
position.
Yes.
Make a motion to approve the Medina County 911 Emergency Communications District fiscal year 25-26 budget.
Second.
Have a motion by Commissioner Castiglione, second by Commissioner Sitter to approve the Medina County 911 Emergency Communications District FY 25-26 budget. Any other discussion? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Item 30, discuss and take possible action to approve an interlocal cooperation agreement with Medina County 911 Emergency Communications District for 911 communication services provided to the unincorporated areas of Medina County. This is the same agreement that we've had for multiple years now. It's $150,000, up to $150,000. I will give them credit and appreciate that. I don't think they've ever used the $150,000. They do a really good job with it, but we do have up to $150,000 of use in there.
I'll move that we approve an interlocal cooperation agreement with Medina County 911 Emergency Communications District for 911 communication services provided to the unincorporated areas of Medina County.
Second.
Have a motion as stated by Commissioner Lynch, second by Commissioner Lawler. Is there any other discussion? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Item number 31, discuss and take possible action to participate in the Alvogen, Amneal, Apotex, Hikma, Endiver, Mylan, Sun, and Zadice secondary manufacturers opioid settlement. Sounds like a law firm. So this, we did to participate in one we brought to court 1 or 2 courts ago, maybe 2 courts ago, and this is a secondary piece to the settlement. And I don't know, Maggie, you have anything you want to elaborate on that?
Well, this is actually dealing with other pharmaceutical companies, and so it's a similar settlement, but different companies involved. And so basically, we're just agreeing to participate. There's really no guarantee of a specific amount of funds that the county would receive. Participation among various political subdivisions in the state will kind of determine how they're going to split that pie. But they do kind of need to know which counties are in, which ones are out, to see if they want to pursue, participate in that settlement.
So I'd entertain a motion to participate. Probably nobody wants to make the motion because you got to read all those names. Everybody's afraid.
Discuss and take possible action to participate in the secondary manufacturer's opioid settlement.
That's a good one. Perfect. Second.
I have a comment. Was that a motion?
That was a motion.
Okay. I have a motion by Commissioner Lynch, seconded by Commissioner Sitter to participate. I will say it, the Alvogen, Amneal, Apotex, Hikma, Endiver, Mylan, Sun, and Zydus secondary manufacturers opioid settlements. Any other discussion? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Item number 32, discuss and take possible action to accept the following performance bonds for street and drainage improvements in the Redbird Ranch subdivision located in Precinct 1. They were bond numbers K41968991 for Unit 2M-2 and bond number K41968953 Unit 2M-3. And Commissioner Castiglione, I think you reviewed those.
Yeah, this is just a follow-up to the plats that we had last Commissioners Court meeting. We needed to have these accompanying bonds in place. So this is just a quick follow-up from those. So I will recommend to accept the following performance bonds for street and drainage improvements in the Redbird Ranch subdivision located in Precinct 1. Bond number K419-68916 for Unit 2M-2 and bond number K419-68953 for Unit 2M-3.
Second.
Have a motion as stated by Commissioner Castelloni, seconded by Commissioner Sitter. Excuse me. Any other discussion? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Item 33, discuss and take possible action to reappoint the following board members to Potranco Oaks Public Improvement District and the Enclave and Potranco Garden Public Improvement District for a one-year term beginning September 24th of 2025. Janet Tovey, Michael Ingersoll.
I will make a motion to reappoint the following board members to Potranco Oaks Public Improvement District and the Enclave of Potranco Gardens Public Improvement District for a period of 1 year, starting September 24th, 2025. Janet Torby and Michael Ingersoll.
Second.
Have a motion as stated by Commissioner Sitter, seconded by Commissioner Castelloni. Is there any other discussion? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Item number 34, discuss and take possible action to accept the annual financial report for the year ended December 30, 2024 from the Medina County Emergency Service District number 5.
I will make a motion that we accept the annual report of ended December 30th, 2024 from Medina County Service District number 5 as written. We don't review these, but they're coming from their auditor. And that's all I'm approving.
Second.
Have a motion as stated by Commissioner Sitter, seconded by Commissioner Lawler. Any other discussion? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Item 35, discuss and take possible action to designate regular Commissioners Court meeting dates for fiscal year 25-26. And you have that in your packet. Those are the same, nothing's changed on those from when we handed them out during the budget process. They're the same.
I will make a motion that we designated regular Commissioner Court meeting 2025-2026.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion from Commissioner Sitter, second from Commissioner Castelloni, designating the regular Commissioner Court meeting dates for fiscal year 25-26 as attached. Is there any other discussion? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Item 36, discuss and take possible action to reschedule the October 6, 2025 regular Commissioners Court meeting due to 3 members attending a conference. And actually, I just saw oh yeah, that's true. Okay. All right, so this is the meeting we talked about that we're going to have on the Friday. We just want to make it official, get it in the minutes. It'll be myself and Commissioner Sitter, Commissioner Castelloni will be here for the October 3rd meeting, and we will not make it 40 items.
It's got to be equivalent.
I'll make a motion that we reschedule the October 6, 25 regular Commissioners Court meeting due to 3 members attending a conference to October 3rd.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Motion was made by Commissioner Lynch, seconded by Commissioner Sitter to reschedule the October 6, 2025 regular Commissioners Court meeting due to October 3rd, 2025. Any other discussion? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Item 37, discuss and take possible action to designate a commissioner to chair meetings in the county judge's absence for fiscal year 25-26.
I'll make a motion that David Lynch is going to volunteer for that again. That's my motion.
You're making a motion that he
Yes,
volunteers?
That's my motion.
Okay. I'm look for a second.
Did you volunteer?
Second.
Okay, with thirds.
We'll see how the vote goes.
I have a motion and a second to designate Commissioner David Lynch to chair meetings in the county judge's absence for fiscal year 25-26. Is there any other discussion? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. I didn't hear your vote.
I'll abstain.
Okay, just making sure. I wasn't sure I heard an aye in that. All right, item 38, discuss and take possible action to approve the rules of procedure, conduct, and quorum of the meetings of the Medina County Commissioners Court for fiscal year 25-26. We didn't make changes to them other than the meeting dates are a part of that, so it includes the new meeting dates. So we needed to approve it.
Make the motion to approve the rules of procedure, conduct, and quorum of meetings in Medina County Commissioners Court for the fiscal year 2025-26.
Second.
Have a motion by Commissioner Lawler, seconded by Commissioner Lynch to approve the rules of procedure, conduct, and quorum at the meetings of the Medina County Commissioners Court for FY 25-26. Is there any other discussion? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. That will take us back to agenda item number 3. Item 3, discuss and take possible action to approve a resolution amending the development agreement for the Legacy Hills Public Improvement District. And we have RJ this morning with us from McCall, Parkhurst, and Fulton.
Good morning, George. Good morning, Judge, Commissioners. Before the court is a resolution to approve an amendment to the Legacy Hills PID Development Agreement. This is an agreement that was entered into in October of 2021, and the developer is now requesting that certain provisions relating to the minimum standards for the construction of newly built single-family homes within the district be amended. More specifically, they're just wanting to be allowed to use the board and batten material on these proposed homes. And if I could take us back to the June 2025 meeting, we had a very similar amendment to the Tally Ho PID Development Agreement. This language will exactly track from that amendment to this amendment. And I know Commissioner Castiglione met with the developers and is familiar with this.
I did meet with the developer. With the style of homes that the home builders are looking at, they're using different types of material. Instead of the old standard 100% brick all of the way around the house, a lot of the homes that are selling usually have the rock or the stucco or the brick on half of the front, and then they have that board and batten farmhouse style in the front. It gives a lot of different material and architectural style to the homes that the current buyers are really looking for. We're not lowering the minimum price of the houses that they sell, but we're giving them more opportunity to go to the home builders and the architects that design those homes and give them more options to make it more appealing for today's home buyers.
And it looks nice.
Will it be like a hardy plank material?
Yes.
Not wood, not an actual wood product?
Yeah, it's not, it's hardy plank.
Okay.
So I will recommend to approve a resolution amending the development agreement for the Legacy Hills Public Improvement District.
Second.
Have a motion from Commissioner Castiglione, seconded by Commissioner Sitter, to approve a resolution amending the development agreement for the Legacy Hills Public Improvement District. Is there any other discussion? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Item 4 is a public hearing to receive public comment concerning the levying of assessments on property located within the Legacy Hills Public Improvement District Area Number 1. This is a public hearing, and so I will open this public hearing at 10:34 a.m. And with that, RJ, did you want to make any comments at all about it maybe?
Sure, definitely. So this is a pit that was created in 2021. We came back in the June meeting as well, and the court approved its preliminary service and assessment plan and set the public hearing for today. as mentioned before, this is a pay-as-you-go PID where the developer fronted all the costs of the public infrastructure before coming to the county for any assessments. The service and assessment plans will be consistent with the development agreement standards. The developer will be looking at a reimbursement of around $8 million, but he has put in around $13 million of public infrastructure within the district. 5 of that million will not be refundable. The first phase of this Legacy Hills will be 459 homes. It's predicated on a $350,000 home being sold. And the tax rate equivalent for these assessments will be 45 cents per $100 on the value. The assessment per unit, so basically the 7.9 million divided by the 459 lots equates to about 17,200 per home or per lot. The assessments will be collected in installments of 30 years, and all public infrastructure will be maintained by that HOA, like Claes mentioned in June. That's all I have for that.
Is there anybody here from the public that has any comments for the public hearing? Okay. Hearing none, we'll close the public hearing at 10:36 a.m. We'll move to agenda item number 5, discuss and take possible action to approve an order accepting and approving a service and assessment plan for the Legacy Hills Public Improvement District.
Sure. So this service and assessment plan will cover the next 5 years. It defines the annual indebtedness and apportions the projected costs between the public infrastructure and the developer. As mentioned before, this is a 45-cent tax equivalent for this assessment. Assessment is 45 cents per $100 on the value. And this is the first approval of a few approvals concerning the levy of assessments in the Legacy Hills PID.
Any questions on it?
I will make a motion to approve an order accepting and approving a service and assessment plan for Legacy Hills Public Improvement District.
I'll second that.
I have a motion, Commissioner Castiglione, seconded by Commissioner Sitter, to approve an order accepting and approving a service and assessment plan for the Legacy Hills Public Improvement District. Is there any other discussion? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Item number 6, discuss and take possible action to enter an order accepting and approving an assessment roll for improvement area number 1 of Legacy Hills PID, a special benefit to the property in such improvement area number 1, the levy of special assessments against property within improvement area number 1, and establishing a lien on such property, the method of assessment, and the payment of the assessment and related matters.
This is the second approval in the levy of assessments. This order just provides that the assessed property will be levied an assessment and basically everything that was discussed in the last item.
So I'll make a motion to enter an order accepting and approving an assessment roll for improvement area number 1 of the Legacy Hills PID. Special benefit to the property in such improvement area number 1, the levy of special assessments against property within improvement area number 1, and establishing a lien on such property, the method of assessment and the payment of the assessment and related matters.
Second.
I have a motion as stated by Commissioner Castiglione, seconded by Commissioner Sitter. Is there any other discussion? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Item 7, discuss and take possible action to approve a resolution authorizing the execution and entering into multiple agreements regarding the development of Legacy Hills PID and other matters in connection therewith.
Here's the final approval. It's a resolution requesting that the court authorize the county to enter into multiple agreements regarding the development of Legacy Hills PID. It's 4 agreements in particular. The reimbursement agreement, that will have all the intricacies on how and when and where the developer will be reimbursed. The second will be the completion agreement. This is an agreement between the county and the developer that obligates the developer to complete all the public infrastructure, and basically they just can't, pick up and leave. The third would be the maintenance agreement. This is the agreement that was discussed with Clay between the HOA and the county, where the HOA will maintain all public infrastructure, and there's those safe harbor provisions where the county sees that the HOA isn't maintaining that, the county can go in and improve the property or improve the road, and then levy those assessments to be reimbursed back. And the fourth is the landowner agreement. This agreement is between the landowner of the property and the county. The landowner is just acknowledging that they own the property and that they are consenting to the assessments.
Okay, I got one question.
Yes, sir.
Not to have any problem with HOA doing this, but this is the first agreement we have had to where the PID had been taking care of it up to this point. Is this something new you all trying to mix in with where the HOA is in charge now? Because on the other developments, the PID's in charge instead of the HOA. I don't have a problem with either one. I think it should have been the HOA to begin with myself.
All the PIDs that I've been a part of, the HOAs maintain them.
None of them. None of them.
Oh.
In my district. The PID board is the one that goes in, fixes the streets, fixes the gates they run into from time to time. The HOA has no pull in it whatsoever.
And I think, Mr. Pansel jacked up. I think going forward, we're going to make it where the HOA kind of does that from the beginning, because I think that, because at some point the PID will
sooner or later, yeah,
goes away. And so I think this was just kind of coming back and addressing something that we probably didn't think of 10 years ago when we started doing the PIDs.
Exactly, yeah. Like I said, I don't have a problem with one.
Yeah, no.
But this is the first one that I've been involved with, and I've been involved with every one.
Yeah, you're correct, and you're correct. Everybody's correct.
You know what? I love it. When the engineer tells me I was correct the other day, somebody's engineer told me, then when a lawyer told me I was correct. I like that.
You're correct. And it's not even 12 o'clock on Monday. So it's good.
You know what? I might not be the most educated, but my brain works real well. Understand?
You might want to just call it a day.
Yeah, that's fine with me.
I don't think they just call it a day.
So I think it's good that getting the HOA involved early.
That's correct.
Instead of leaving the responsibility up to the PID, because if the HOA is not involved with the original property owners, 30 years from now when the PID goes away and gets paid off, you don't have the same number or same amount of community participation than you would have when you're first starting out with the development. I think it's a good move.
Yes, ma'am. It is.
Yeah, I know that I believe that the Trinker Ranch PID, I think the last I heard, coming up in about January next year is going to be paid off. Is that correct?
That's correct, and we're going through that process right now, trying to get the HOA.
So that's something that shows the court how this thing actually works. That was like a 15 or 20-year PID. And with the acceleration, how fast they sold the houses in there, for one thing. We assessed those houses at $250,000, which he said would never sell one in Medina County, which now they're selling over $600,000 or $800,000. That thing has paid itself off in 2015, 10 years paid itself off.
Yes.
So these things do work.
Yes.
And with the newspaper lady in here, I want to make sure that you get this information correct. These PIDs cost the taxpayers outside this PID absolutely zero. Every improvement, all the upkeep is paid by the PID zone itself, and that is the people living within this zone. And that's, I still can't think of a better mechanism putting together a subdivision. And Buck, you've been involved with it from day one.
Don't forget the newspaper.
Oh, the newspaper, yeah, the fake news sure you get that right.
Yeah. No, it's a great development, folks. Yes, sir.
The judge made me apologize so last time. I said,
Any other questions?
Any other discussion?
I'll make a motion to approve a resolution authorizing the execution and entering into multiple agreements regarding the development of Legacy Hills PID and other matters in connection therewith.
second.
Have a motion as stated by Commissioner Castiglione, seconded by Commissioner Sitter. Is there any other discussion? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Item number 8, discuss and take possible action to approve an order authorizing the execution of an assignment of rights of the development, financing, and reimbursement agreements for the following: Petranco Oaks Public Improvement District Number 1, the Enclave at Petranco Garden Public Improvement District Number 1, Megan's Landing Public Improvement District, and Petranco West Public Improvement District Number 1.
Yeah, so here we have an order for the assignment of those rights, which these 4 different PIDs, they all have 4 different developing entities, but those 4 different developing entities are all managed by the same person, which is Harry Hausman. He's requesting that these 4 entities assign their rights to one individual entity that his legal name is TERS/PID LP, and I believe it's for consolidation efforts and just convenience.
I will
So
make a-
what is it? Tell me what it, because we don't have that. I didn't look in there.
Okay,
What
yeah.
is it? Who is it?
What's the name of it?
What is the
What's it
name?
again?
It's TERS,
TIRZ?
TIRZ, and then that, like the slash sign, PID LP.
LC.
LP.
LP.
Limited partnership.
Are you ready?
So it's just a consolidation
Exactly.
for these 4 PIDs to be, I guess, managed under this one company.
Yeah.
Commissioner, yes ma'am. Mr. Hausman just, I think as he's gotten older, just is trying to consolidate kind of the different entities that he set up into one that would be responsible for managing. I mean, it always, at the end of the day, it's going to be him and his team, or he and his team. He just wanted one entity kind of to like be the entity going forward and kind of wind some of these others down. But nothing's changing or anything like new partners or anything like that. It's the same developer, just he's wanting to put it all in one entity.
Yeah, I did talk to Clay, so I called him on this.
Yeah.
I think me and the judge got a packet of PIDs that thick.
Yep.
I didn't even open up the package. If you want it back, I'll send it back to you. But anyhow, I do have a copy of all of them there, and I did talk to Clay on this. These PIDs, a lot of people don't realize, can be sold to anybody.
Yeah, and
He can
that's
gather this thing up and sell it to you. They sell it to an investment company, take a cut on the dollar, and he gets his money up front. I ain't saying that's what's happening here.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's not.
Yeah, he's not going to be, that's not the plan. He's just
Yeah.
wanting, because I think
It's all
he's
into one.
just getting older. I think this is just a way to put everything in one entity going forward that he can look to, and all the revenue would come into it. He can distribute it that way, but it's not, this isn't being done that I've been told in any way to like go sell the revenue or anything like that. He's just wanting to kind of a corporate cleanup at the end.
Yeah.
These are, I think some of these are actually kind of winding down at the Petranco Ranch. There's really not a lot to do, but that's it.
Yeah. I'm quite aware of the whole thing. Like I said, I did talk to Clay on it.
Yeah.
It didn't need a whole lot of explaining. I can understand at this point in life, put things together.
Yes, sir.
I will make a motion that we approve the order of authorizing the execution and assessments of the rights of the development, financing, and reimbursement agreement for the following TERS-PID LP. Petranco Oaks Public Improvement District, Enclave of Petranco Gardens, Megan's Landing Public Improvement, and Petranco West Public Improvement.
Second.
I have a motion by Commissioner Sitter to approve an order authorizing execution of the assignments of rights of the development, financing, and reimbursement agreements for the following that are listed to TERS-PID LP. Seconded by Commissioner Castiglione. Are there any other discussion? All in favor, aye.
All right.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Thank you. Appreciate you, Archie. All right, now we go all the way back to agenda item number 39, court member announcements.
Precinct 4 is good. Precinct 3 is good. We're fixing to pave 3 different roads next week, I think, down south. May need to come begging a dump truck from somebody.
Just give us a call.
Okay, we'll do. We got one down and purchasing another used truck, but we're probably not going to have it configured to work with our patching group by next week. So
Just give us a call.
okay, thank you.
We paved 5 miles of road, double seal this last week. Thanks for all the crews, all the help. I think we've got some trucks helping Dave haul a wrap on the other end down there. If anybody needs trucks, if I got drivers, you're more than welcome to them.
We just wrapped up a project last week. We are actually paving today, a little over 3 miles this week in the Bear Springs subdivision off of FM's 1283. We're still continuing to do a lot of tree trimming and shredding because the grass is still high. But we're also working on blading some edges, making sure that we don't have the severe drop-offs. So we will be continuing to push probably through the beginning of November when it starts getting cold. We have some additional roads identified for seal coat south of Condo going towards Devine. So we are getting rock ready for those.
Excellent. I think last item, we do have, Nate has with him some items. Is that, are we going to hand those to the court?
Yes, after.
Okay, so he just, make sure you get from him, we just have the employee handbook that we think we have down where we need it, but we'll get that in his hands so you have a chance to review it. So other than that, I'll take a motion to
I'll make a
adjourn.
motion to adjourn.
Second.
We are adjourned. Thank y'all very much.
Just a quick question. You're all right.